Sometimes the busiest moments in our lives are the ones that remind us where we belong. And looking at Shen Yu's past few days, I couldn't help thinking about that. One moment, she's preparing for a major brand campaign with Oppo. The next, she's standing on a huge stage with thousands of people watching, while fans have spent days preparing something special just for her. Her mother is there too. And now? She's back home in Xiamen, but somewhere between the cameras, the fans, the brand deals and the journey back home, there's a much more human story about Shen Yu that I think is easy to miss. And it starts with something as simple as a watch. Welcome back to Asian Star Spotlight. Here, we don't just talk about Shen Yu's dramas, pairings possibilities, and co-stars. We explore the stories, the facts, and the bigger picture behind her journey. If that sounds like your kind of content, subscribe and join us right now. Let's start with the newest piece of news. Shen Yu is stepping into another major brand moment with Oppo Watch X3 Mini. She is the product experience ambassador for the watch, and Oppo has just introduced a new colorway called Pink Seashell. The official launch is set for August 14th, with pre-orders also coming with special Kixi gifts. And honestly, I think the timing is interesting, because while Shen Yu has been moving from one public appearance to another major brand opportunity is already waiting for her. It's easy to look at an announcement like this and simply say, Shen Yu has another endorsement. But that's not really what makes it interesting. What matters is the bigger picture. Her career has increasingly put her in spaces where entertainment, fashion, beauty, and major consumer brands all meet. And Oppo is another piece of that picture. But while the brand side of her life was moving forward, something much more personal was happening around her too. Shen Yu had just been in Guangzhou for Weibo Wondrous Voyage. And her fans didn't simply show up. They prepared for her. One of the most beautiful examples was the yellow support display created around the event. There were large yellow and gold balloon arrangements, character banners, flowers, star balloons, and different messages built into the display. Love, hope, shine, dream, smile, and forever. 6 different groups were created around 6 of Shen Yu's looks, turning the whole space into this bright, warm sea of yellow. And I think there's something very relatable about that kind of support. When you really care about someone, sometimes saying, I support you, doesn't feel like enough. You want to make something, show up, and you want them to walk into a place and know that somebody thought about them before they even arrived. That's what those balloons represented. Not just decoration. It represented time, effort, and a lot of affection. But one of the details that stood out to fans wasn't actually part of the stage. Her mother was there with her during this busy period. And I love that detail because it brings everything back down to earth. We're used to seeing Shen Yu through cameras. The actress, the ambassador, the performer, and the person whose name appears on trending topics and brand campaigns. But when her mother is there beside her, you get this tiny reminder that underneath all of that, she's still someone's daughter. And maybe that's why moments like these feel so warm. Because the bigger the public world becomes, the more meaningful the private pieces can feel. And the relationship with her fans wasn't one-sided either. Her fans prepared gifts and support for her. And Shen Yu also had gifts for them. That exchange is easy to miss when we're surrounded by beautiful stage photographs and campaign images. But I think it's one of the sweetest parts of following an artist for a long time. The fans aren't simply watching from a distance. They give their time, their creativity, and their support. And the artist gives something back. Sometimes it's a message, a small gift. Or sometimes it's simply acknowledging the people who have been there. Those little exchanges are what turn a fandom into something that actually feels like a community. And after all of this, Shen Yu has now left Guangzhou. She's arrived in Xiamen, her hometown. And suddenly, that feels like the perfect ending to this particular chapter. Because imagine the contrast. A huge festival, bright lights, cameras everywhere, fans waiting for you, and a major brand campaign preparing to launch. Then eventually you go home, back to the city that isn't a stage, back to somewhere that doesn't need a red carpet. And I think that's the part of Shen Yu's recent days that I find most interesting. Her career keeps getting bigger, but there are still these very ordinary, very human things surrounding it. Her mother being there, her fans creating something with their own hands, her giving something back and finally going home. And now, while that chapter has come to an end, another one is already waiting. Oppo Watch X3 Mini officially launches August 14th. The pink seashell colorway is coming, and Kixi pre-orders are already part of the campaign. So yes, Shen Yu has been busy, because we're seeing more than individual appearances. We're seeing an actress continuing to expand her commercial presence, while still maintaining the connection with the people who have followed her along the way. And maybe that's why this particular period feels so satisfying to watch. The career keeps moving forward, but the person doesn't disappear behind it. And if you enjoy following Shen Yu beyond the obvious headlines, the career moves, the little fan moments and the details that can easily get lost in the rush of updates, that's exactly what we do here at Asian Star Spotlight. And if you'd like to support the channel more directly, you can also join the membership. It helps me keep researching and covering these moments for everyone who loves following Shen Yu's journey. So now that Shen Yu is back home in Xiamen, and another Oppo campaign is on the way, I have to ask, which part of this chapter meant the most to you? The Oppo announcement, the yellow fan support, seeing her mother there, or the little exchange of gifts between Shen Yu and her fans? Tell me below, because sometimes the biggest career moments aren't the ones we remember most. Sometimes it's the people who were there when they happened. Take care, Star Mooncakes, and I'll definitely see you in the next one.